Hey everyone, it's Mike from Darlin Alleys. I wanted to show you a few updates I've made on the van and tell you a little bit about the end of my trip. So some of the things I've done is I blacked out the wheels, my aluminum color, I made it all black. Blacked out the grille and the emblem, did that same thing on the back. And then on the interior, we took out the AC unit and installed a new shiplap roof, new cabinets. Still working on it. Got to do the other side. The roof had an AC unit. It was a passenger van, had an AC unit that ran while the vehicle was running only, and I didn't want that. Obviously don't want to run AC and keep the vehicle running. So I took it out. It also leaked, so I took it out and covered up a hole about the size of 18 inches by about 2 feet in the center of the roof. It was leaking pretty badly too around the edges, so sealed that all up with this stuff called Eternabond, which is kind of like a duct tape, but it keeps everything sealed. It's like super strong. Highly recommend it. I got like a 5 or 6 inch width, couple rolls, and put it across the entire roof. Still have to put cabinets on that side. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. Be nice to have the extra storage space. Put a new floor in. What else? New alternator, of course. That got me home from my trip. Wanted to tell you a little bit about the end of my trip. That was on New Year's Eve. A couple days before New Year's, I had the alternator go out in the Rockies, and a friend helped me put it back together. Got a new alternator, put it in, got the vehicle running, and then I raced home from pretty much from Denver all the way home to beat the weather. Denver had those terrible fires in Boulder, and those were north of where we were, or we were north of where they were, and the wind was going the opposite direction, so I missed those by about 10 miles, but they were really apparent. It was really easy to see all the smoke and everything from those fires. But I got the alternator in. My friend helped me get me back home with that fix. But then I had to beat some weather because they were expecting like 4 inches of snow in Colorado. So I went from Colorado, from Denver, all the way to southern Illinois. I actually made it to Kansas City, thought I was going to stop for the night, and kept seeing weather reports of rain and sleet and snow. This was all on New Year's Eve. So I actually kept going. I kept going east on 70, all the way across Missouri, got into southern Illinois, and stopped for New Year's Eve in some travel center and just spent the night. Interesting going through St. Louis on New Year's Eve at about 10 p.m. It was a mad dog road race of crazy drivers just going, weaving in and out of lanes. And if you've ever been on I-70 through St. Louis, it goes right through downtown, it goes right past the arch, goes right past all the buildings, right through the center of town, and then merged into Interstate 64, which took me through southern Illinois. Then the next day, on New Year's Day, I made it home to Tennessee and hit really super warm weather. It was 80 degrees in Nashville. The rain stopped, it was sunny, it was really beautiful. It was really windy, and we actually had some tornado warnings. But I beat all the winter weather and got back home. So those are the updates and the end of my trip, so I wanted to put a cap on it and just say thanks to everyone that helped me, thanks to everyone, family and friends I visited. It's great to see everyone, and thank you all for watching Darlin Alleys on YouTube.